Yeah. Another Agent Builders Mastermind. I mean, I'm super excited about our guest speaker here. Got some more people that's kind of signing on, but like I always like to start off with some good news from our group. Some people that are having, success, real estate, personal, or whatever they want to share with the group. This is a good time to start and set the tone for the meeting. So who got some good news they want to share with everybody?
Oh, I do.
All right, let's go.
So it's been a long time coming, and I say since like the end of February. My clients have been having underwriting just at them, boom, boom, boom. So today I got some good news from the lender saying that we're clear to close. So we'll be going to closing next week. I'm excited about it.
Woohoo!
Thank you.
Clear to close. Let's get it.
Bye, Denise.
Oh, thank you, Shelley.
All right. Who else got some good to share with the group? All right, let's go, Gilbert.
All right, 2 weeks ago, my global investor agent team brought on a guy with Hoodle.com, was talking to us about new construction. So somebody in Las Vegas that I've been teaming up with, her and I started going out to some of these new construction, lots of new construction in Las Vegas. And we actually went and took pictures of 2 different communities and posted it up on the site. And we met clients while we were out there. And so we're getting leads by just going out and talking to people, showing homes.
That is great news. Great news. Awesome, man, Gilbert. All right. Got some more good news they want to show. I want to share.
Okay, so Jennifer.
What's up, Jennifer?
I have a buyer under contract and I am picking up a listing. I sort of have started it already, and there is a buyer for the listing. A neighbor is going to be buying it. So I'll be handling the neighbor as a customer and the seller, of course, as my client. So that's good. I just reached home. I just came from they building something off Ross Road near me. So I went there to say, are you building new homes? They're building 4 homes. They're just clearing the site. The people are the developers. Not developer, the construction and developer. That's the thing. So then I went down to the office to give them my cards to tell them I just live off Ross Road and I'll be happy to be the agent trying to help them sell when they get their builder. That doesn't mean anything comes out of it, but at least I'm trying to get some new homes. It's just 4, but it's okay. They'll be in like 400 to 500 because that's what the prices are there. So that should be good.
Yep, 400 to 500 is pretty good, Jennifer. Like we're in Metro price point. So congratulations on that.
Yeah.
Now, if this was California or something, maybe not so much, but Metro Atlanta, that's a good price. Awesome. All right. Anybody else got some good news? They group.
Okay, I have good news. I have 2 new agents came in, and that's one, Gabriel and Blake. He's on the video right now, and also calls listing. He got in contract yesterday, so hopefully goes smoothly.
Awesome.
So finally, thank you.
That's great. Cece's been faithfully coming to y'all. I'm just telling you, like every time there's a meeting, I'm seeing her there, and that paying off. So congratulations. And say their names one more time.
Blake and Gabriel. They're on the video all the time too.
What's up? What's up, Gabriel? Welcome aboard.
And Blake Anderson.
What's up?
Thank
awesome.
you.
Who else got some good news here? Get this going. We got some awesome agents here.
I'll share real quick. EXP had the second quarter, I think, influential list that came out there a few weeks ago, and we had a ton of our business partners on there that were on the tops of the list. So, and continuing to grow. So super proud of all our team members that are growing their team and on the top, 1 or 2% of the company.
Oh, good.
Very good. Very good. All right. Anybody else want to share some good news? Some rock star agents out here.
Yeah, I'll share. We got my buddy and our buddy Michael Foster on here today. That's great news.
I'm happy to be here.
See who he is.
So I have a good news to share.
Let's go.
Okay, so today is my first anniversary here in EXP.
Oh, great news, man.
Happy
Yeah,
anniversary.
thank you, thank you.
Happy
And another,
Congratulations.
thank you. And another good news.
Yeah.
In my first year, I'm an icon agent here in Canada.
Oh,
Icon
very good.
agent. That's
Wonderful, wonderful.
that is huge. Not only are you hit 100%, but you got your full cap back and so I mean that's a big deal, man. Congratulations.
Right, thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
That's a
All
great
effort,
accomplishment.
support. Thank you so very much. Thanks a lot.
I want to congratulate Vinod as well. Him and his wife, they are at the main events. They were in EXP Con. I'm sure they're going to shareholders, and you always see them on the training and on social media. And they're big producers. They're big producers in their marketplace, and they're attracting people that want to come to them to build their team. But they're just getting involved. I see them involved. And congratulations, Vinod, on hitting Icon your first year of many.
He's very good.
Right. Thank you
Company-
so very much.
The company's paying you to be here.
Right. Thank you, Andre. Thanks a lot for your support always. Thanks a lot.
Awesome. All right.
Thank you.
Want to get let's get a couple more here. Anybody else got some good news they want to share? All righty.
I have some good news. I have 2 listings coming up. I have one in Atlanta, a condo. So we're going to list it at $290, and I have another one coming up on May 7th.
That's great news in this market. I mean, I think that's gold. So when you get your 15 offers, choose the highest one. So that's pretty good news there. Let's get one more here. Let's get one more person. Who got some good news there? All right.
I have one. I have something.
All right. What's up, Terrence?
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Happy to be here, first and foremost. So I could potentially, I'm a private lender, also a realtor here in the Tallahassee, Florida area, and I may have a $3 million line of credit approved in the coming week or so. So hopefully my client gets approved for 40 leads, and that'll be my biggest. So yeah.
That's great news. $3 million. That's a nice one there. Yeah, congratulations, man. So I mean, off that way just simply because like it's important. And believe it or not, like when everybody's sharing those testimonials you're speaking of, that may not have as much good news, but when they're hearing it's so I mean I appreciate everybody for sharing that part of it. So once again, like I said, we do these once a month, where we are having a mastermind, strictly just sharing information and ideas. You in a rock star agent that's killing in their marketplace, and this time we have Michael Faust. Tell you a little backstory about how I met Michael. It was down in Key West, and him and just really connected. We stayed in touch. We've been sharing ideas and some of the stuff that they've been doing. He's out of North Carolina, and just an all-around good guy. He's been doing some, he has a team up there. They've some really awesome things, especially when it's helping the real estate community, people and having events and things of that nature. But I knew I had to have him kind of talk to our group and just tell some of the stuff that he's been able to do, one, to grow his team, but then also to, connect the community in of itself. Have him here. Michael Foster, man, what's going on, man?
And so thanks so much for letting me be part of your day here, guys. I mean, it's such a thrill. You guys, I watch what you're doing down there and in your team, and it's growing like crazy. And you've got so many great leaders. And I loved listening to these affirmations this morning and how diversified they are in all these different areas of real estate, and how everybody is just crushing it. And it's so good to be, I want to be in the room. I just went to see Hamilton the other night here in Greensboro, and that big song in that play is, I want to be in the room. And when you're in a room with people like you guys, I'm learning something every single time. So it's a real pleasure to be here.
Awesome, man. We're happy for you to be here, man. So we're looking forward to it.
Absolutely. So I will tell you, I started my day off like super fantastic. So today's Good Friday, and my wife and I do this thing every Good Friday morning. We get up and join about 50 or 60 people, and we do a cross ruck. We meet downtown. We have this huge wooden cross, and we walk it around downtown at 5 a.m. till about 6:15, and we all take turns holding the cross. And then we finish up at sunrise and just nail our burdens to the cross and ask for help from our Lord. And it's such an uplifting experience to start my day and to finish off Lent. So I'm feeling really blessed today.
Love it. So, all right. So basically what we can do one or two things, Michael. So we can just kind of I think the people want to kind of know how you built up to, your team, what's your process, in of itself with that. And then, they can kind of jump in questions, or if you got something specific you want to just kind of talk about, either one, we want to learn from you.
Well, great. So I'll just start out by giving you a little, foundation. I always find it interesting. Whenever I meet a real estate agent, I always want to find out how they got in the business. It's an interesting topic. So I am in a partnership with my wife. So she's in charge of me 24/7. And another gentleman who we were all three at Remax for some time. I came in late because I was in the home furnishing business for a number of years, running some companies like Pennsylvania House, Calvin Klein, et cetera. And the three of us decided to partner and join EXP in 2019, January 2019. In 3 years, we now have an active participant of 60 different agents who are involved in our training, lead generation, quarterly AQP updates, et cetera. Now we have a bigger team, but there's a core of 60 that are really focused on growing their business. And I got into the business because I'm not afraid to share it with you guys. I'm on the back nine, as I like to call it. And so right now it's all about giving back and vocation. And, I tell people my vocation is I'm getting paid for it, but it's my vocation. And we are dedicated to helping the triad. Now our triad market is Greensboro, High Point, Winston-Salem. We are dedicated to helping raise the level of professionalism, raise the skill set and the talent level in our marketplace to better serve the community. And, the more we give, honestly, the more we're getting back. And, we do monthly events where we bring in agents from all over the triad, 10 or 12 different brokerages. It's not an EXP event. We do quarterly events that are for our clients, where we just did one where we had a basketball on the Final Four night and had 70 of our past clients in, and some agents as well, to share how we work together. And then we do a semi-annual one that James is aware of, that every 6 months in April and September, where we bring in I think we already have 150 signed up for the one in 2 weeks, where we're bringing in Keeping Current Matters to speak on the marketplace. And then this gentleman, Zachary Faust, who's probably one of the most influential realtors in video. He has 1.2 million TikTok followers, and he's built a business from 32 sales 3 years ago to $100 million in sales this year. No lead generation, 100% business being driven from videos that he does on a daily basis, people coming to him asking to do business with him. So he's going to teach our community how they can better grow their business and their brand through social media. And I mean, normally he charges thousands of dollars to come and speak, but he's coming here because he felt like what we were doing for the community, he wanted to contribute as well. So it's just everybody helping everybody else. It's what makes it so terrific.
That's great. Now, how did you get connected with those folks? I mean, because it sounds like, you're actively having to, put these things together. I know you definitely, got to, but how did you get connected in order to put these type things together? And the second question to that is, how can other agents do some of the same thing to grow their business as well?
Those are great questions. I'm glad you asked them. So, but first thing I can say to everybody on this call is you got to think big. So when we were sitting around 4 months ago deciding to what we're going to do for this next event I just told you about, and I said, let's get Keeping Current Matters to come in and speak to the agents. And my two partners are like, there's no way you're going to get Keeping Current Matters to come down to Greensboro and speak. They're a huge company and blah, blah, blah. And then we were connected through our prior association with Tom Ferry. We did coaching with Tom Ferry for a number of years. And this gentleman, Zachary Faust, out of Delaware, is a Tom Ferry coaching client. And so we just got to know him. And when we saw him do and you have this person in your town, Glenda Baker, right? Glenda and Zachary and Tom Ferry were having a short video conversation about how you do short form videos, 3 minutes or less. And Zachary was on there. I said, you know what? Let's get Zachary to come down here and share his wealth. And picked up the phone. He couldn't have been nicer. And he said, I remember you from the Tom Ferry events, and boom, he's on board. But the most important thing is you got to think big. You realize my dad used to say, people all put their pants on the same way. You can't be afraid of somebody just because they're somebody really in a good place. That doesn't mean they're not willing to be a good steward and help others. And if you have the courage to ask and you can articulate the purpose of your mission and why you're doing it, it's not going to be a big surprise when people say yes.
Yeah. So have any questions for Michael, just go ahead and put it in the chat or just raise your hand, just one. But yeah, so we got all levels of agents. Agents that have teams, we got agents that are been in the business for a long time. We also have agents that are, brand new to the business. And, everybody usually has a goal, which is that they want to increase sales and they want to get to the point where, they're obviously making enough money to support themselves, but then also, and you got other people they want to make to the point, adding leverage to actually form a team. So what are some of the things that you all had did, at the time to get to where you are right now? And then just kind of describe what your team looks like.
So what we did was when we decided that we were going to build our training and support at 3 levels. Level 1 is a new agent and how we were going to put a training program together for them. Level 2 were agents who were close to being a cap agent and how we could build them to be a capper and grow from there. level 3 were people who are cap agents that we felt we could help build them to icon and beyond. So we made the investment to hire a sales manager that could articulate our core values so that they could associate with the right point of view. And then we plugged them into these 3 various different training vehicles. We do training 3 days a week for all 3 levels. And the best thing about it is we do what you guys do too. We don't just train from what we know. We're bringing in, the Coach Burts and the John Kitchens and the Kyle Whistles, people of that level, to give their point of view of how they got to where they are, so that people can see, our team and our partners can see they can get there too. Kyle Whistle's a really good guy. He didn't get to where he is overnight. He had building blocks, and he would get on and share with the agents how he grew his business. And so that's how we train. And then the other thing is you have to be very particular about the individuals you're talking to. For example, we brought in this young lady who was one of the top producers at an indie brokerage in our neighborhood, in our neck of the woods. And she was frustrated because she wanted to be considered as a partner in that business, and they wouldn't do that. So we brought her over. Karen and I spoke to her and said, Kristen, you can be a general and you can build your own business and you can build your own group of people and grow your brand. And in her first year, she went from 12 to $24 million. And right now she's on track to do almost $40 million with just 5 agents in her group. So you just have to be open to understand what the opportunity these people are looking for and be willing to give them the ammunition and the gun to be able to get out there and fight that war and win it.
Right. So I see Anthony up, Anthony for Michael.
What's up, Anthony? You're muted, buddy.
I'm sorry, I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, I missed the guy's name that you were talking about for social media and that had, I guess, millions of followers on TikToks.
I will put it in the chat. His name is Zachary Faust, F-O-U-S-T. I would recommend you follow him. A majority of his videos have absolutely nothing to do about real estate. It's about life and joy and getting the best out of life. And people just relate to that. And yeah, he's a real superstar. Let me put it in the chat for you right now.
I like that. Zachary Faust.
And
he
also,
has, I'm sorry, Anthony, he has a brokerage in Delaware. It's called Loft, L-O-F-T is his brokerage. But you can follow him on Instagram. He has about 50,000 Instagram followers and 1.3 million TikTok.
all right. And Gilbert put in the chat, he's question, what did you do early in your months?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
He said do early in your first 6 months. I'm thinking he's talking about when you first.
So, I'm a late bloomer, right? I mean, I got into the real estate business, in the second half of my career. So, what I did is I tried to do 2 things. I tried to, just speaking about me personally, what I did, I decided to balance my efforts in real estate in 2 ways. One was to go after investors and be an all-in accessible person to investors, because I came out of B2B my whole career. So I felt like I could really relate to those people and, understand the numbers and how to create valuations, et cetera. So that was one side of it. The other was the partnership side, where I would put half of my energy into how do we formulate this partnership. Frankly, my other two partners really did not come out of the business world, so they really needed a lot of sort of direction on how to run a business, how to make sure you're profitable, how to make sure that you got your marketing costs in line. So that's what I did my first 6 months. I really focused on establishing a relationship with investors, and then starting to build the foundation of how to put a partnership to a successful direction.
Good. Oh, a follow-up question to that one there. So the business part of it, because what I find is, like, a lot of times, with agents, they might know the personal side of it, which is buyer getting in front of sellers, which is very important. But I know you go to table and know to John, how important that piece of it is if you really want to scale. Yeah,
Anybody that's on this call, if you don't think you can afford coaching, you're making a big mistake. I mean, it's an investment in your future, and it will accelerate your opportunities. And we had coaching at Tom Ferry, and actually we fired a couple of those coaches because they weren't holding us accountable. We wanted coaches that would be strategic and process oriented, and that would hold us accountable to what we commit to. And so that was what we looked for. And when we got to EXP, we knew that John Kitchens was that guy. And people say, why do you need a coach? Well, there's a guy named Tom Brady who's 44 and won 7 Super Bowls and has been MVP. He's got a coach. So what makes anybody on this call think that they don't need some direction and accountability from a coach? So I highly recommend that.
Yeah. Now, just going back to, like, the actual big aspect of it, is, like you said, putting things together. You're talking about scaling, because the coach part of it, when we had John as a coach, it was cool to see kind of like the overview of things while I was actually in the woods, right? Having that, that person to do that is, like, super important. But like you said, the business aspect of it, of what you was able to add to it, how did that help you all scale? Just from knowing that part.
Well, so we actually, when we got together, we had a 2-day session before we even started, and we did an EOS, which came from the book Traction, which I highly recommend that book to anybody. And we established what our 1, 3, and 5-year goals. We didn't want to look beyond 5 years, because there's too many things that can happen that can change too many things. But we spent that time putting that together and created the building blocks and the vision. And our vision was to be at 200 agents by the end of year 3, 500 agents by the end of year 4, and then the various different trainings that we wanted to establish to be able to offer that opportunity to somebody that would really want to do that. And so really that was the way we started. It was a vision up front, and then we just executed on it, and as James, it's all about every quarter kind of reconfirming, where you are, and are you on target to get to that 1-year goal, to lead toward that 3-year goal, and on to the 5. So we had a vision, and our final vision was freedom, financial freedom. By 2024, the end of 2024, Karen and Michael Foster will be financially free. And we will be able to do what we want to do, give back to whatever we want to give back to, not have the financial strain. And so we had to put those building blocks in place. And we relied on a lot of experienced people, like your Dan Hillsman and your Andre and, the Kyle Whistles and the Dan Beers, to get direction on how to get there. Because it's great to have a vision, but, it's got to have some reality tied to it.
Awesome. Once again, anybody have any questions for Michael, you can either raise your hand, speak in the chat in of itself. We appreciate him, definitely the group of some of the stuff that he's doing within his team. You got an event coming up here when is that event? I know you sent me something on it.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks. It's on the 28th. We have the full day, 8:30 to 4. We cater with the top. We try to do everything as first class as possible. We have the best restaurant in town catering it. We have 2 dynamic speakers, and then we also have a panel discussion with 4 of the most respected agents in our market, and they're from 4 different brokerages. And what we're trying to do is get the message out that we're wanting to get everybody together. Forget what brokerage you're with. That's not the point. The point is these are the best talents to help you learn, and only one of them are from EXP. So we're not trying to say we're doing everything right. We're trying to say this whole community has a lot of people out there that know what they're doing, and we want to bring them all together to have this whole policy of agents helping agents. So it'll go till 4 o'clock. We'll have a cocktail hour. You can never have a problem getting agents to show up when you're having a cocktail hour. And then we have a concert at 7 o'clock at a rooftop bar in Greensboro with a really well-known band that's going to play for about 2 hours as a celebration for our day. So we're giving them a little reward for their hard work for putting in the day. And then we're going to celebrate together that evening.
Right. Anybody have questions about for Michael, either his team or some of the stuff he's doing for the community?
Michael, when you do those events, do you charge a fee at all? Are you paying for it yourself? Are you getting outside your vendors to do it? How does that work?
Yeah. Thanks for the question, Andre. We actually have we have 5 vendors who contribute $1,500 each to the event. We charge $30, which is a very reasonable fee. And that's the whole idea, is to make it very affordable so more people will come. And so we'll come out of that event with about $7,500 in cash positive for the event. And the vendors will have time. They'll get to speak during the breaks and at lunchtime. So they'll not just be giving us money, we want them to benefit from it as well.
Yeah, I got a question.
Sure.
Thanks for the talk. It was awesome. I'm pretty much at the beginning of your journey, I think. What best bit of advice could you give someone like myself?
Man, get as many rooms as you can get into. Filter the ideas and put together. So here's what I do every Sunday night, and I've been doing this since I started. I write down 2 things that I accomplished the week before, the 2 most important things I can accomplish that week that are going to help move the needle for my business. I identify 20 people that are going to help me make something happen in the next 90 days. They're not all buyers or sellers. Some of them are community leaders. Some of them are business investors. It could be lots of different areas, but I keep myself front of mind with those same 20 people every week, whether I'm touching them on social media, whether I'm picking up the phone to wish somebody a happy birthday, but I keep those people on there, and I use that as a every weekly reminder. It has really helped me. I can't tell you, at least every other week, I'm taking somebody off that list because they did something with me, which is why I was trying to get in touch with them in the first place. Whether it was a referral, whether it was them helping me line up somebody for an event, it could be lots of different reasons, but I strongly recommend you do that because it gives you that discipline and focus on what's going to help you grow your business.
Cool. Thanks.
My pleasure.
All right. Hector's asking, what's the title of the event?
Okay, it's called the Prosperity Builders Spring Experience. We don't call it a mastermind because mastermind has been so overdone as a word. It kind of scares people off. Anything that says Zoom or mastermind is like, whoa, I've had enough of that. So it's called the Spring Experience. And if you want to just check out what it's about, you go to prosperity-builders, and that's plural.com. That's our social site for our group and all the information about the events on there.
Yeah. So Michael, just going back on what you were saying about, like, you know, putting those two names and just kind of following up with that. You said you've been doing that from the beginning.
Yes, sir.
And being real consistent with that. Yeah. I think that's gold for anybody that's hearing that. I mean, I'm putting that one down for me. So what things are going to move the needle?
Michael, can you repeat those things, those tasks that you just mentioned?
Sure. So it's actually, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll send this to James. It's a thing called a Sunday planner. And the page one is your biggest accomplishments from your past week. The second page is your two most important tasks that you feel you have to accomplish to keep you moving on the right track to make your quarterly goal and onto your annual goal. And then in addition, I have a line that shows year-to-date unit sales for our team, our partnership, actually, just Karen, Scott, and I. Our year-to-date dollar sales, where are we on that based on our goal for the year? So what percentage are we at? Like, I can tell you right now, we're at 38% of our unit goal sales for the year, and we're at 34.5% of our sales goal. Every one of you should know that number right now, because that's how you stay on track. And so I put that in there. It's sort of an affirmation for myself, because when you have a good week and you can plug in a good number, it tells you, you say to yourself, man, we've had a good week with that. And then I also have the list of the 20 people that are the most influential people that can help make a difference in my business in the next 90 days. There are the things I put on that I do it every Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, definitely send that over and an agent builder so everybody can have access to it.
Be my pleasure.
All right, we got Terrence got his hands up. What's up, Terrence?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for being here, Michael. I do appreciate the information you're dropping. My question is, because you mentioned that you went into business-to-business networking almost immediately. I have a similar background, and I'm currently members of the Tallahassee Board of Realtors and the Miami Association of Realtors, both residential and commercial. And my goal is to work directly with businesses, with commercial properties and also investors. What tips or what networking, what tips could you possibly share with someone like myself who's scaling in the commercial area?
So I got involved early on with the Chamber of Commerce, my local Chamber of Commerce, and got into they have a monthly meeting. I got involved in that. It was great for my networking, great for meeting people, sharing referrals that they would give me of people that I should be in touch with. Like, we have the event center here in Greensboro. It's called the Greensboro Coliseum. It holds 25,000 people. It's a pretty good size venue. The guy who runs it also runs one of the biggest trust funds in the city. That's where I met that guy. Just going to the Chamber of Commerce meetings and put myself out there. Like I keep saying, get in the room with the right people.
Great.
Thanks.
And, I think Hector was there. Anthony, do you have your hand up still? Sorry. No. Okay. So I have Gilbert's asking, he said, please tell us about your first few investors you helped and how you built those relationships.
Okay, so again, I met this young lady at the Chamber of Commerce meeting. She was the former, she was the director at the Hilton hotel chain, and she was in charge of hotel location selections. And but she took off from work because she had two young boys and she decided to spend time with them. But she just said, I want to get back into buying real estate and invest in build properties up, fix them up, rent them, sell them. This is a true story. The first property that I helped her buy was a $13,800 rundown single family home in a just okay neighborhood. She put about 40 grand in it, fixed it up. We sold it for 85. She made double her money. And last year, I helped sell her $700,000 house, and she bought a $1.5 million house. So don't be afraid to take the little nibbles. Another example, I helped a young man from Cairo, Egypt, buy his first investment property, $60,000. I have now 5 of his best friends who are also investors working with me because I helped him on a $60,000 deal. So just be giving and don't get your nose up in the air about a small little property, and just network hard with them. I mean, communicate. These people are business people, and you know how they are. They want to hear what's going on. They want you to stay in front of them. If you're just going to, send them pictures off the MLS and say, you may want to look at this, you're not going to get anywhere with them. You got to be in their head with their business mind and talk to them the way they want to be talked to.
Yeah, that's a great point. I can add to that. So I've got a similar story. I sold a guy a little condo probably 7 years ago. I think it was 63,000, 62,000. I was doing pretty well and pretty busy at the time. And I thought, I really don't want, I cannot believe this. This is just low dollar. And then I sold him a 90 something. I sold him a primary at 25. And he called me up and said, hey, come list my multi-unit up in Rome for, I think, 635. And that all came from a 62-ish $1,000 condo that I did not have a very good attitude about going into it. And I'm probably about to list his parents' home probably in the 4s or 5s here in a few months.
Yeah.
So yeah, I 100% agree with Michael. Don't discount those little deals, especially if they're an investor, because if you do a good job and have a good relationship, build a little rapport, that can be lifetime business.
Yeah. Yeah. And by the way, my wife would give me a hard time all the time. Why are you jumping through hoops when every time they call, they want to go see something, you just get in the car and you go out there and show them? I said, now you know why.
All right. Anybody else got a question for Michael? Mike, I'm actually mention something that you was just talking about. Is just I don't know if everybody got that, knowing your numbers part of it. I mean, you're doing that Sunday planning, but I mean, you're down to the T with your goal, and then how far you are as far as meeting that goal. I mean, if I'm sure that alone keeps you focused on the prize and knowing, who you need to contact, where your next opportunities are coming from, and staying in front of people, right?
Yeah. Well, I mentioned to you about accountability and having accountability partners, but the number one, there's 2 people you need to be accountable to more than other people: yourself and your Lord. And if you're accountable to yourself every week, then you're going to be more likely to be receptive to accountability from others, and you're going to be more likely to stay on your target. And so that would be my advice, is just, you also need to be accountable to yourself.
Love it. All right. Anybody else got any questions for Michael? Cool. Guess you did a good job, buddy.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I really have enjoyed this. I mean, I can't tell you what a thrill it's been to meet all of you, and I'll send you that Sunday planner, James, so you can pass it along to your group. And you'll have my information. I'm a phone call away if I can ever help anybody. in any way, love to help you, and just wish you all have a blessed Easter holiday, and keep your health up, and take care of your families, and all the best to all of you.
Yeah, thank you so much. And before everybody goes, just letting everybody know that, once again, like I said, we do these once a month for our mastermind, and we're, always bringing somebody in that's providing tremendous value in the community where you can ask questions and pick their brain. And, we definitely appreciate Michael for being vulnerable and being on the hot seat and, answering all the questions and actually showing his willingness to share, bigger than anything. Just real quick too, if you're in Metro Atlanta area, we're actually going to be doing a meet and mix. It's going to be at the Brass Tap bar that's going to be in Ashford Dunwoody, right by Perimeter Mall. If you're familiar with the area, it's going to be from 6:30 to 9 o'clock. It's going to be this coming Thursday, and drinks are free. Well, we're going to give drink tickets out. So, just like Michael said, realtors like to drink. And so therefore, we're going to provide drink for realtors. So, definitely come, bring yourself, bring a realtor friend. We're just going to be strictly just kind of having fun and just really just, networking with each other and getting to know everybody a little bit closer.
There's one more question that came in
But it's
chat.
that's the 21st of April. Yeah, put it in the chat for us, Kathleen, if you don't mind.
There's one more question that came in the chat from Michelle Sells. It says, what's a good way to screen a mentor? So the mentors that you've had in the past, Michael, what's a good way to screen a mentor?
And I hate to keep going back to books, but there's a book called Who Not How that I recommend everybody pick up. And the whole spirit of that book is, if you don't know, if you think you want to do something, but you don't know how to get there, find that person that's going to help you get there. And don't be afraid to be vulnerable with them and share with them that you need help in this area. Are you willing to give me a hand? Are you willing to give me some direction on this? And that's what we do. Like when we wanted to get really good about video, we went to Brian Kochi, and Brian Kochi's Kyle Whistle's videographer, and he was a mentor to us. He shared his training videos. He had I forget what he called it, the video masterclass, and we learned to be decent at video. Now I still got my ugly mug on there. I can't do anything about that, but the quality of the videos have increased tremendously. So if you don't know who to go to, I go to the Honey Badger Network and get on there and watch what other people are doing. If I see somebody doing something that's really cool, I'm going to reach out to that person and say, hey, can you give me a hand? So mentors can be in all different areas of the business, and that's how I do it.
Yeah, book Who Not How, that's by Dan Sullivan, right?
Absolutely. That's a terrific book.
Yeah, I've heard about that one as well. And The Gap and the Gain. I just read The Gap and the Gain from Dan Sullivan, and it was that. Yeah, I think Dan and James and other people recommended it. It was a game changer. That's a really good book.
It is a game changer.
So I got to get Who Not How next.
Yeah, that Gap in the Game was literally a game changer in my attitude in my life. That was that big of an influence on me.
Yeah, that book is amazing. I said that.
All right.
So we're gonna put the recording for this right here on Agent Builders Facebook group, and also the Andre's Freedom Facebook group as well. So if you're not part of either one of those, just reach out to the person that is your sponsor, or and make sure you be able to jump on there. Also, if somebody invited you here, once again, this is for any real estate agent or whatever, and you want to know a little bit more about our group and what we're providing, and just get with the person that invited you, and let's just kind of have a chat regarding that. And then, finally, not least, Kathleen just put in the chat for the mixer that's going on next Thursday, the 21st. So it's a registration thing there. So you can just go ahead and register so we can know about how many drink tickets to make sure we have for everybody. We don't want to run out of alcohol. That wouldn't be a fun event if that's the case. But yeah, try to register. I mean, we're gonna have extra regardless, but just try to make it out there. But other than that, before we pop off, anybody else have any last quick question they want to ask me or Mike or anybody else?
I don't have a question per se, but I just want to say thank you so much, Michael Foster, and a special thank you to also as well, James Massey, for putting this together so we can receive all of this wonderful information. And I just love your introduction, Michael, in terms of how you started your day today. That was amazing, and something that I think I'm going to now start adopting, as to do for Good Friday. But I just really appreciate everybody's questions and a lot of the content that was received, during this session, because I'm not necessarily there quite yet with some of the things that I heard. But it's, for me, it's motivating because I know that there's potential to get there. So thank you.
You're welcome. You can do it, young lady. You can do it.
She's there. She's modest. She's there. We've had plenty of conversations. She's putting things in place. So I mean, I'm excited, for what what's coming and what's happening for her. So thank you for sharing that part.
Thank you.
All right. Well, if that's it, well, we'll see you all, next month for the mastermind. Just remember, we do another 3 trainings per week. That's going on if you're already part of our group. Dan, you got something to say? I just saw you just take yourself off mute.
I just got to thank Michael. Great job. We always appreciate you and look forward to seeing you in June.
Yes, sir. Look forward to it as well. Take care, everybody. Have a happy Easter, okay?
All right. Thanks, Michael. Everybody have a happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Bye-bye.